Um, uh, why do women never know where they want to eat?
Because we want you to romance us with somewhere cool.
No, because it's like, ¿dónde quieres comer? Where do you want to go eat, right? And we give you 20 different options, and you never choose the right one.
But was it? There you go. They never choose the right one because it
For
was what
them,
you
for
wanted.
no, for them.
No jodas, güey. It was
No,
what you
no.
wanted.
Look at me. I'm a fat motherfucker. I'll eat whatever you want. Like I'm not. Best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts. What it is, podcast. Yo, what it is with the best podcast in Long Beach, California. Here we are. It's a beautiful day. We're in the fabulous city of Long Beach, California. And today we have a very special guest. And your name is?
Hi, I'm Connie Marie Flores.
That's right, Connie Marie Flores. And you do acting.
I do. I'm an actress. I'm also a certified nutrition and wellness coach and weight loss coach and a personal trainer.
Well, now I know how I could finally lose all that damn weight I've been trying to lose over all these years.
Well, my philosophy is if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You know, my philosophy is tacos are delicious.
Oh, I mean, I'm a big taco fan and I love tacos, but I don't have to give them up. But, I just don't have to have like 10 of them.
You just work them out later. So how'd you get into all this acting?
Well, it was just ever since I was a little kid, like I would just dream about it all the time. I was like that little kid that would be locked up in their room, learning like all the lines. Like, and the only Latino that I would see on TV was Desi Arnaz on the I Love Lucy show. And I remember being a little girl and being like, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna be Lucy. It's gonna be me. And so I just didn't know how. And then when I got a little bit older, I just went to my local community college and started enrolling in some acting classes. And the teachers there actually were really nice. They befriended me and they were like, there's this acting university that you should go to and we'll help you apply. And I was thinking in my head, like, no woman had ever gone to college in my family. Like, my brother was the first person to open up that door. So I was kind of like intimidated. I was like, college, I don't know. And I just went in, I auditioned for them, and they gave me a scholarship, and I got in.
You make it sound easy.
It was horribly hard. But, that's my like easy spin. That's my 5 minute or less spin.
Hey, I like how you handled it, right? You didn't like give me like half an hour to say, you know what, and you made it sound easy, but we all know it's hard, man.
I think that's kind of most stuff, right? Like anybody who's doing something amazing, like there's all of the plumbing. Like if you're building a house, there's all the plumbing, and nobody wants to see the pipes. Everybody wants to see like the beautiful structure at the end. So I try
Yeah,
to keep it easy.
yeah, exactly, right. They're like, oh, that's not hard, and like, they have no idea
No.
what work it comes to it. Because look, people think it's like I stand in front of the camera, I say a couple dumb words, and then I get paid like millions of dollars to do that, right? Little do they know that sometimes you have to take schooling, you have to take acting classes, speaking classes, and dancing classes, and because directors want specific things, and you have to deliver on command.
Absolutely. And that was probably the funniest thing that I found out when I went to school was everybody that was there were like child actors. They were triple threats. It was like hardcore, like all these white people. And I'm like the one Latina there. And, I was like pretty big. So I just did not fit the mold at all. And all of these people came singing and dancing out of the womb. And I was just like, I don't know how to do any of that.
They come up prepared doing their jazz hands and everything,
Mhm.
and stage left and stage right, y todo
Yeah.
eso, and you're like, what are you talking? Mira, nomás dime qué chingados quieres que haga, right?
I was like, te puedo hacer unas tortillas, but like, that's it. I don't really know how to do like a triple toe step, turn around, quick ball change. I don't know. The fact that I even said that, I'm like, where did that come from? Because it took a while for me to stick that all in my head. I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, I don't think I could do like a couple little things here and there, but I don't think I could be like in a whole movie and play like a whole character and all that. I mean, to the degree that you do and other people do,
Oh,
right? If you
yeah.
throw me on there for like, I don't know, 15 seconds, I think I could do okay. But todo eso that's it takes a lot of talent. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's juggling because it's like you have to be word perfect. And that in itself is like a skill. It's like you have to develop a whole new muscle to learn how to remember like all this dialogue, and then basically keep your job like when you're on set, like make them not regret hiring you. So know your lines, know your marks, like it's a lot.
So, how many projects have you been on as of like what's on your IMDb and your movie credits?
Let's see. I was in a film called Marriage Story, which Laura Dern won Best Actress for, which was really cool. And that in itself was like one of the most magical experiences because it was my first featured film. And I got to work with Ray Liotta. I believe it was his last film right before he died.
Wow.
And Adam Driver was in it, Scarlett Johansson, and Laura Dern, and it was directed by a director named Noah Baumbach, who is an amazing director. And fun side note, right before I left home to go to art school, I remember I had a journal, and in the journal it said list of directors I want to work with someday. And I was like a little kid when I wrote it, and it said Noah Baumbach and Wes Anderson, and they create films together a lot. And I ended up working with him, and my dad gave me that journal recently, and it was in there, and that
Wow.
was really cool. So talk about manifestation. Um, I did a film called My Inspired World. I'm also in a film called What Bitch that I'm really proud of, even though the title is hilarious. It's an all Latina cast, a Latino director. I got to work with Vera Montenegro, who was in Blood In, Blood Out, who was amazing. She played my mom. And it was a cool experience. So just a lot of really fun projects like that. Off of film, I've done a lot of commercial work. So I recently did a campaign with Disney called Choose Kindness. So that's running right now. I've done commercials for AAA. I've done commercials for Walmart. I do voiceover work. There's a book called Sunny Days, which kind of holds a nice place in my heart because the writer of Sunny Days, his name is Jesse Bird, and he wanted to create children's books for children of color because they don't exist really, especially in public schools. So that's his
In
goal.
books.
Hmm.
Okay.
And so I actually was the voice for the entire book, and it's called Sunny Days, and you can find it on Amazon. And it's about a little girl whose neighborhood gets destroyed in the hurricane, kind of like the Katrina hurricane story. And she rallies the entire community to come together to fix the neighborhood. So I play all the characters that come through.
She's working hard, people. She's working hard.
I try. I try.
You know what? You mentioned Disney, and I kind of wanted to talk about something. We don't have to dive into it too deep because we don't want to piss them off. Um, but it's not really Disney related. It's the actress that came out in the movie, and you could say something if you want. If you don't want to say it, that's fine. I think her name was Rachel. I think
Hmm.
right, and she recently got into a little bit of controversy because she was talking about not so good about the Snow White movie, right?
Hmm.
So I'm like thinking why would you kind of take such a different stance when a big studio investing so much time into you, and kind of like that's a big Hollywood no, right?
I mean, yeah, I generally like if I could just say I'm not a fan of biting the hand that feeds you. And in the sense when somebody hires me, I want to make sure that I honor their project and I bring everything that I can to create the best project for them. So, I mean, would I choose to speak against a film that I'm being privileged to be a part of? Probably not, but that's just my 2 cents.
But that's something that has to do, I guess, with the newer generation,
Hmm.
kind of like and again, this is
Wait, what are you saying? I'm old?
no. I think you're more what do you call that? Knowledgeable. It's I'm talking. We're no longer in our 20s,
No.
and it's like this younger generation. They're very opinionated and
They got a lot to say.
very woke, right?
Hmm.
And they say, "Oh, we know," and I just think that's the wrong approach to certain things, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't make your ideology or try to make like it's fine if you have an opinion,
Yeah.
but you can't try to force people to think like you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that that's one thing that should be practiced more is that not everyone's going to agree, but just respect other people's viewpoint. I think it's kind of a big thing because that kind of gets lost in all this that's happening right now and the cancel culture and people coming after everyone and just respect other people's beliefs.
Yeah, because she's a good actress. I like her.
Hmm.
She's a pretty young lady. But
Yeah.
then she went out and the interviews were a little rough, and I was like,
This is why we can't have nice things.
yeah. And she's a Latina, right?
Girl, this is why we can't have nice things.
But you know what? I think that if she wouldn't have said anything, people would have just got mad at the idea that there aren't going to be any seven dwarfs in this movie, right?
It's like if you don't want to do it, girl, excuse me, I'll do it. Like yo me callo and like pay me my check.
You're like, yeah, just tell me what.
Yeah,
That's what I do. Just just tell me what you want and I'll do it.
yeah,
Yeah, and
exactly. That's I don't know. That's my philosophy.
but there's no dwarfs in this movie, right?
Yeah.
What they said.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and it's a head scratcher for me because. But you know what? If it upsets people and that's what the new generation wants, I guess it's a new spin. We'll see how it comes out.
It's to me, it's like the way I look at it is like this: if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of people wanted to see what it was in live action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Disney has made a couple movies, and this is just my opinion again, not your opinions. And
I
big,
didn't.
yeah, big disclosure. I love Disney. Actually, I own Disney. I don't know if you know that.
You own
Yeah,
Disney?
that's right.
Can I come?
I'm a stockholder in Disney, so
¿Me
I.
vas a invitar or
That's
what?
right.
All
I
right.
own a small little
I love it.
fragment of Disney.
You guys heard it. He's gonna take me and he's gonna get me the little ears and everything.
That's right. And we're gonna make videos and get on the ride and
Yeah.
have like a $20 churro, right?
Yeah. I want my own. I'm not sharing it. I'm not gonna lick it and pass it.
Like they used to make us do when we were kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, my mom would bring like the sandwiches in the foil, you know.
Oh my God, legendary, man. We're like, Mom, why can't I eat like Mickey burgers like those kids? They're like,
Yeah.
because
Tú
we're broke.
cállate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tú cállate y cómete tu churro. Like, and you're like, but my brother already sucked half of the the sugar off of it, and she's like, cállate y come tu soggy churro.
I love Disney.
Oh, I love
I
Disney.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But their movies as of late haven't been hitting, right?
I don't know if I'm a fan of the live action. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly, right. I'm thinking like create different. Why don't you just create something different, right? I think like
Mhm.
the Aladdin, right? People weren't happy because Will Smith played the genie, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it's not as fun as like, okay, I mean, Robin Williams already did the damn thing. Like, do
I,
we need it again?
I think Robin Williams. That's the problem that people wanted a Robin Williams genie, but
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams is no longer around. I think he perfected that
Yeah.
role, and it's just that's what it was. So no one was going to be able to fill those shoes in, right? So they weren't happy about that. They ran into a little bit of trouble with the Little Mermaid, right? Because there was a
Mm-hmm.
little controversy that she was black, right? And
Yeah.
I actually watched the movie, very well put together movie, and I don't think people understood why she was black. Um, Triton had the seven C's. He had $7. He had daughters.
Seven baby mamas.
That's right, because he's a players. But he had like a Nordic daughter, an Asian daughter, a black daughter, right? I don't think he had a Latina daughter, but that's fine,
What
right?
rarely happens, right? Like, they sprinkle us in from time to time.
Yeah, but they made the movie work,
Mm-hmm,
right? But people don't want change.
Yeah, and I mean, I wanna if we're gonna keep doing the fairy tale, why not start doing other genres of fairy tales? Like there's some beautiful Latino fairy tales. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of it's a fairy tale where this king has seven daughters and they keep escaping because they've been going out like dancing. They're like dun dun that like all night, and then like all their shoes are all messed up, and he can't figure out why the princess's shoes are busted up every night, and it's because se están haciendo like mierdas on the dance floor all night long.
They're twerking
Yeah,
all
they're
night.
like, hey. And then he like comes home and he's like, "¿Qué pedo, güey?"
I keep on facing these damn shoes, and I must
Yeah.
not be a good shoemaker, right?
Yeah, and then like kill the shoemaker. No, I don't know if that happens in the book, but like, I mean, there's so many great stories out there. Let's make new ones. Like, why do we have to keep recycling things?
That's right. You should, I think, and that's another thing. I think people are getting tired of the same thing over and over and over.
Mhm.
I think like it's safe to say that people are tired of superhero movies.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I mean, I see them because my husband makes me go. I did not say that. I love them all. Like, no, but like, yeah, and they're marketable. People go, but what else is out there? I think there's a lot of other untapped stories, and maybe just even going into other countries and telling other countries' stories or other people's stories might be interesting. It's just the same thing. Like, how many times can we watch like a Marvel, like Spider-Man? Like, I mean, he's cool, but how many are there at this point?
It's exactly right, and then it's like, and every time they change the main character, the lead character, like, oh, we have to start over again. Okay, this is Spider-Man. I'm like, no, we already know who he is, right? It's like we're in the generation where you won't get lost. If you want to know like a
Hmm.
character, just Google him, and
Hmm.
then you know everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, what happened to the Tobey Maguire one? Like, why do we need like why is Spider-Man like 500 different people? Like, this ya lo hicimos, yeah, move on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like kind of like I'm a like big nerd, right? But I'm a little bit tired. It's like, yeah, like, you know, I like when sale in a Batman movie,
Uh
right?
huh.
They're like, are you gonna watch it? I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Look, Batman is gonna meet a bad guy. He's gonna get his ass kicked in the first part of the movie, and then in the last end of the movie, he's gonna get his ass kicked again, but he's gonna
Hmm.
miraculously like save the day,
Yeah, he's
and that's
gonna
it.
sacar el cincho and push a button, and like
Yeah,
everything's
right.
gonna happen, and then he's cool. Even though he broke like all his ribs, like he's still cool. Like,
So, if you were a Latina superhero, what would you do?
hmm. I would have the power of the chancletazo.
That that you would be the first.
Yeah, so like I would have like the tool belt, and then I would push the button and the chancleta would fly and it would like hit like kids off from the distance. So like any kid that's like acting like this generation like we're talking about because they ain't got no manners, like I would like scout out like bad manners from like the radar, and then I would just push the button and like, and I'm Guatemalan, so we would just be like le da un pijazo and it would just be like and they'd like fall
I
over.
like the word un pijazo.
Yeah. Te voy a tirar un pijazo, and then just like and like they fall over and like and then that's it, and then like the mom like gets to chill for a minute.
You know what? I think if anything, the kind of movies that we do need, right, more than anything, I think is comedy.
Yeah, I love
It's
comedy.
like people like don't get tired of comedy, right? Like you'll be watching like Jason number 32,
Hmm.
Nightmare on Elm Street number 51, right? It's I have this joke that says Michael Myers 70 years old and he's chasing you around with the knife in his diapers, right? Because that's how old he is. It's like it's like at this stage of the game, I'm like, hey Mike, do you have like diabetes, hypertension? Like,
Hmm.
how can you still walk around like that,
He
right?
has arthritis. He can't move anymore, pobrecito. Yeah, just let him go. I don't know. What would be your superhero if you were gonna make like a scary superhero comedic film?
I don't know. I'm a big Superman fan. I love
Okay.
Superman, right? Obviously, no one could ever be Superman, right? Um, I don't know if I were to be like a superhero, I would want something like that. But if it has to be like original or unique, maybe become like a character like Beast, from the Teen Titans, where he
Ooh.
could morph and be any kind of animal he wants to be.
What would be your animals?
The whale.
What?
I love whales because I identify as one of them. No, because I love to swim.
So
Yeah,
which whale? What kind?
the biggest one
The
there is,
blue?
the
The blue
más el
whale?
más gordo.
El más chingón?
Yeah, that's right, because he eats all the fishes, right?
He doesn't save any for later. He wants them all right now.
All of them, just
I love it. I love it. Oh, let's see. If I was gonna be, I'd be a killer whale because then I could like twirl my mustache and people and be all angry and like side eye.
You'll be a killer whale swimming around with the big knife.
Yeah, like I would side eye all the other whales. Like
I think that the killer whales are the smartest whales, though.
they are.
Yeah,
I
they
saw a
are.
video on YouTube the other day, and this lady's like on a tiny little boat, and then seals like trying to outrun all these killer whales, and she jumps on her boat, and then they start swarming her boat, and the lady's like, "This is cute, but please get off my boat because you're gonna get me killed."
Yeah, that's
Like,
scary.
yeah,
That's beyond
yeah,
scary.
they're scary. That's why, like, you shouldn't have them at SeaWorld, but people do. Like,
I think they canceled that.
do they? I don't know. I
Or,
haven't been in a
oh,
while.
I never been to SeaWorld.
Never.
Never got the chance.
Your mom was like, "I'm not paying for that."
So broke, man.
Right? Hey, I heard that. I heard that all the way. My mom was like, "How about I just like te compro uno esos pescaditos in the plastic bag and we name him Killer."
And then they would die like 3 days later, right?
Actually, I had a friend once who made one live for like a year, and it got all big and like giant, and I was like, how the hell is he in there that long?
But did he have like the filtration system and everything?
Yeah, she put him in a
Okay,
fancy
there,
tank.
there you go.
Yeah, I
That's the
was
only
like,
way
I
to
ain't
keep
spending
them,
money on that.
because what people don't know is that the water gets nasty, and then
Mm-hmm.
they can't breathe. So then, and then plus, like my dumbass, right? I would feed them pan, right?
Like pan dulce or like
No,
bimbo?
just like bimbo, right? And I'm like tapping on it. Hey, homeboy, you're not eating your bread. I'm
Oh,
like,
and he's
you,
like, I'm starving to death.
oh, Mexicans always want to Mexican things up, or Latinos want to Latino things up, right? I'm trying to give them tortillas. I'm like, hey,
Comete tu tortilla.
they're like, what the hell's wrong with you, bro?
Pues estaba hecho a mano. Don't be like that.
You're a Latino fish.
Te
eat
hablas
your eat
Juan.
your eat your
Oh,
tortillas.
pobrecito. I mean, that's probably mine didn't live because I put him in an old wine bottle.
He's a little borracho fish.
Yeah, he's a little boy. I think I named it Señorita Misteriosa.
I like it. You always like to give a little sass to everything you do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little sassy, but I keep it classy, so I just
I
sprinkle
like
it
it.
on.
I like it. Te iba a decir,
They agree.
yeah, look, we have a crowd. You're talking about fishes, right?
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask you something in regards to fishes, but
Se te chifló.
yeah, se me chifló, man. That's what happens when you get old. Oh, yeah, the fishes, right? After 3 days que se morían, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't know that he was dead until the house started smelling like gross, right?
Oh, dang, that's messed up.
No?
I don't remember that part. Maybe my mom
Oh,
was just
man.
sucking eso. I don't know.
And then I'm all like, hey, what are we gonna do with the fish? And then like your other siblings are like, we'll bury him, and then we'll pray for him. And then it's like, well, we're giving funeral for fishes now.
Yeah.
Like we have to go to the cemetery. It's like, and your parents is like, no, mira, toilet.
Really?
Sas.
I've like had funerals for my animals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have. Like I had a dog and she lived for like 15 years and I like took her to the pet cemetery, like la peinaron and they put her in her own little casket and we said words and yeah. Yeah,
Aww.
like and I've had like cats and I had little funerals for them and there's like one that's buried in my mom Mittens. She's buried in my mom's backyard.
Would you feed your dog like regular food, or would you like give him like dog food?
That's like okay, I have a little bit of a gringo side because I actually cook my dog food. Like I cook for her every week. Like I cook her like chicken, like ground turkey, and then like veggies, and then I give her a high protein diet. So she has a glossy coat.
Yeah, I used to do that. Like I didn't know like how to be a dog owner. This was like 15 years ago, right? And I would go to Taco Bell and order tacos, and then whatever tacos I wouldn't finish, I'd be like, "Hey, Charlie, you want some Taco Bell?" Of course, he was gonna
Hell
say yes, right?
yes.
So he would be eating Taco Bells. I would order like cheeseburgers, whatever I wouldn't eat, right? I would always order extra. That's probably why I'm so fat. And then I would just give him the extra one, and he would just like be
I
eating
love
fast food like
that.
crazy.
That's cute.
Pizza, a dog
And
eating
he
pizza.
liked it?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves regular food. And then I found out like, hey, dude, you're not supposed to be giving your dog all this
Yeah, because they're
food.
like people, right? They get sick.
Yeah. And then one time I got my dog drunk.
He actually got drunk?
Yeah, cause like I came home like at 2 in the morning, right? And I was drinking some Coronas, and then I put my Corona like on the floor right after I just finished opening it, and he licked the top of
Uh-huh.
the Corona, and I'm all like, well, I'm not gonna drink it, right? So I
Yeah.
said, okay, well, this one's yours. So I poured it on his bowl, right? And I go, cheers, right? And I'm all drunk already, right? I used to be a big pinche borracho, and I used to love to
Hate?
drink.
No hate?
Hey, come on, call a spade a spade.
Right?
And I go, cheers. And then I'm drinking my Corona, and then he tasted his beer and he loved it. And he just pounded that beer like, and I was like, damn, bro. I'm all like, pace yourself. So he drank it, and then after that, like 5 minutes later, he starts crying, goes, "Aw." And then I'm like, oh shit, he got dizzy, he got drunk. Then he ran up the stairs and he went to bed. I'm like, well,
He was spinning. Dang, that's so messed up. Oh,
Yeah.
pobrecito. He was like, you drank 5 more, no me invitaste, so I came down, man. That's messed up. Oh,
and then I got educated, and you're like, hey, you're a dumbass. You can't feed your dogs regular food, and you
Yeah.
definitely can't give them beer. But
I didn't know that. I mean, I don't want Peter to come after me. Maybe I'll save that story for afterwards. Peter's gonna like chase me down and be like, "I swear I didn't do it all the time." Like,
No, it's well, it's because I mean you're not like como Latinos, right? You grow up. Well, I definitely
mm-hmm.
treated them a lot better than how my tios used
Yeah,
to treat
yeah.
their animals and whatnot.
I can agree with that. Yeah, like now when I think back to like stuff that like it's like that's not how you take care of an animal, parents. But whatever. Like, yeah, I learned. I my dog kind of tells me now what's what. Like, she's like, "Esta comida no te salió bien," and she's like picking her
Oh,
teeth.
really? She's
Yeah,
picky.
she's picky. She'll just be like, "We had that last week," and then she'll kind of like
um, any projects that you're working on that you could actually talk about? Because I know sometimes we can't talk about projects that we're working on.
oh, well, I'm gonna do the obligatory actor thing because I am actually writing something right now that is not ready, so we can't talk about that. But I'm writing a couple different things. But one of the biggest things that I started really working on this year is building a wellness channel. So like I said earlier, like I became a wellness and nutrition coach because I went through like a huge weight loss transformation. So I went to Loyola Marymount and became certified, and I just became a certified personal trainer as well. And with that, I wanted to um, kind of start to bring awareness because, especially like in the Latino community, we're not educated in just the science of losing weight or how you lose weight. And I was always like told like, oh well, you're fat and like things like that, and but I just didn't know what to do with that. And it's like, especially Latinos, they'll clown you, you know.
Big time.
Yeah, big time. And so I was a clown my whole life, and so I was just felt like, okay, well, you guys keep telling me I'm like fat and I feel horrible about myself, but I don't know how to change that because I don't have the tools to do it, you know. And so I went out and got the tools and figured it out. And so I kind of want to start bringing that awareness to the forefront, you know, and not only just in terms of health, but mental wellness as well and emotional wellness, because I think that's something that as a community we don't talk about a lot. And I'm currently working with a large portion of the Latino community in terms with emotional wellness and just giving I predominantly work with women, but I'm open to working with everyone. But just giving them the tools to like manage your stress and how you just deal with anxiety and depression and yourself and putting self-care to the forefront because I didn't know and there's a huge community that doesn't know either.
Yeah. The name of the show is called Tacos and Workouts, right? That's how we started.
I love it.
That's how we started. I used to be like 300 pounds. I lost 80 pounds, right? And I was almost at my ideal weight. I'm trying to get to 200. And then I started, people were like, we want to see like all these taco reviews. And then I started eating a lot more tacos. I didn't work out as much, and then I gained some weight back. I'm not at 300, right? But I gained some weight back.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, right? And you'd be surprised. Like a lot of people are sick and they
Mhm.
have all these things, right? That's
Yes.
that's why I started losing the weight because I wanted to get healthy, right? Like you said, working out is one of the best medicines you get. It gives you mental clarity. It makes you feel
Mhm.
better. It makes you healthier. And some people don't have the tools. You'd be amazed what working out will do for you.
Yeah.
It just changes your life completely.
It has changed my life in so many ways. I can't even tell you. Like, in it, losing weight, and I'm sure you can relate, is a very emotional journey. It's not like it's just like, well, okay, I'm gonna start working out. It's really kind of tackling like why we overeat or choose certain foods and what we get out of that. And for me, it was an emotional journey. I went from a size 14 to a size 0. So it was like a drastic change, and my whole life flipped. And I don't think that it's just the weight loss. I think it's just that I had to kind of tackle demons in myself.
But were you like gordita like all your
Oh
life? Or?
yeah, yeah. Like I grew up super gordita. Like I thought that my name was gordita. Like I thought that was like I grew up thinking that I was just like gorda. Like like oh yes, you're talking about me. Like so yeah. And so this is very new. Like what you see now is I've kept the weight off for 3 years now, and it's basically like an actor land, like starting all over again because I had to literally rebuild my entire career all over again, and I'm in the process of that because I don't look the same anymore.
You kind of reinvented yourself, and you're
Hmm.
definitely taking steps in the right direction, and we all love it.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, even now, like, trust me, if I wanted to, like right now, we could go to one of these restaurants and I would tear it up. I'd drink a pitcher of beer with you and like eat like a ton of tacos. But it's that awareness of why I'm choosing to do what I did, and choosing to love myself. Like I don't want to do things that are gonna hurt my body, and learning how food makes me feel, and like understanding that, like understanding how food affects your body. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I mean, like tacos are cool, everything's in moderation. I still eat tacos, like I still eat chocolate, like I love all that stuff. I just don't do it like I used to.
Yeah, exactly. Like you eat like two or three as opposed to like me. I used to eat like six or eight, and sometimes even 10. It was like
Hmm.
I was like, I bet you could eat two more. Yeah, pues sí, vámonos. And then be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
walking with your compa, and you're like, hey, ¿cuántos tacos te chingaste, güey? Me chingué ocho. Oh, me chingué 10. I won.
Right, it's like dos
Well,
de cada uno, and then it's just
yeah,
like,
right. That was it.
yep.
And then well, I used to live in East LA, right? So, oh,
Taco
man,
motherland.
yeah, the best tacos. Like,
Yum.
and then tacos were always like $1.
Yep.
So we would like, if you were like walk up to the taco stand and just drop a 20, and it was like 20 tacos,
Hmm.
and you were big balling, ni te los acababas todos. You would end up eating the other half for breakfast.
You know what's funny about like tacos being $1? Now everything is so expensive that it's like I can't afford to gain weight now because I'm not paying $18 for a combo meal. Like that's just too
It's
much.
too
Like
much.
dang, like no dollar menu anymore.
Well, it's if you want tacos now, it's like what ¿cuántos una libra de carne? It's like eight, $10 now.
Yeah, more maybe
So
sometimes.
it's like you just probably buy a pound of whatever choice meat, and you grab some tortillas, le
Yep.
echas tapatio, right? And what's up?
Yeah, we don't
That's
have
it.
money for tomates, like
Yeah,
just
it's
tapatio.
just
Échale.
tapatio and
You're too
cebolla.
fancy. I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and just steal the packets and then
Yeah, man. You know what? Thank you for that tip. I'm gonna try it too.
you don't have a drawer like every Latino with all the little bags of all
No,
the.
my girl like gets rid of the stuff. What's this
Like,
doing
what's
here?
she thinking, girl?
What's this doing in here?
The economy is hard. We're not buying ketchup. You put that in the
You
drawer
know,
where it belongs.
I'm gonna go to like restaurants that specifically have tapatio, or like Denny's or something, and I just like I need to use the restroom. Then, shoot, their
Yeah.
bottle disappears.
I'm just gonna take the Cholula and be like, meterla aquí, like, yeah, that was my natural size of my blouse. Like, how dare you question me?
All right, we need to take a little break, and we'll be right back. Orale, Holmes, it's me, Little Hater. Hey, check it out, Doug. This podcast is brought to you in part by Bow Down Clothing. That's right, Doug. That's what I wear, Bow Down Clothing. So if you want to look like a a cholo vato, a firme vato, Doug, get yourself some Bow Down Clothing. What it is, what it is. Podcast. And we're back. All right. Let's talk about dating a little bit. The battle of the sexes, right? The difference between men and women, just the disconnect and why we don't understand one another.
Because you guys take out the trash and you don't put the bag back in when you do it, dude. So it's like todo a la mitad, and like it's just like that's a chancletazo for that one. Like,
Chancletazo, I love it.
is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but
I think you could consider that a word,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, un chancletazo bien puesto, like,
Yeah.
or like how my mom used to say, like, quieren ir a la escuela bien calientitos.
Bien calientitos. That's
Like, like she's gonna hit you so hard that it's gonna be hot.
like it's gonna carry over to the next day.
Yep, and you're gonna go to school and be all warm because it's like her handprint is still embedded in there.
And the blood's still like circling there, right?
I always thought that was a good thread. I was like, I'm gonna use that, mom. I'm gonna use that.
Oh, I
Someday.
like that. Bien calientitos, right? I like that. But no, I'm guilty of that for sure. I take out the bag, the trash, right?
Mhm.
And then I'm so concentrating on taking the trash out that I forget to put a liner in,
Yeah,
and that's how I get in trouble.
I think that, and I'm gonna speak for all women because I listen to women talk a lot, and I think that we don't want to be the nag, but we get put in the nag position, and there's nothing hot about the nag. Like nobody wants to go and like find the nag like yelling. You want to be like cute, but you can't be cute when you're yelling about how somebody didn't wash the dishes right.
Oh man, we're hitting them on all points, man. But that's the point of the show, to understand how we can, please women and make them happy, so we could go back to doing nothing on the
Póngase a
couch.
limpiar. That's how you're gonna please her.
Ooh, forget it.
Fix that light bulb before she
I,
asks
I'm
you.
I'm 0-3 on all counts.
That's why you're not gonna get none. See, like I'm telling fools, take out the trash, put the bag in, change the light bulbs before they go out. She'll be happy.
It's like men are like in a weird position, man. Well, not only do we have to be good at everything, but we also have to be mind readers.
You know what? I have this conversation a lot. Yeah, like a lot of the times we just expect that men know what we want and we don't say it clearly. And then you wait till you hit a boiling point and then you pop off and you say all these horrible things that you don't mean. And then they just think that you're angry and they don't get you. And it's just like, well, I just honestly wanted you to like clean up a little bit and without me having to ask.
With having to ask, man. I don't know. ¿Qué te iba a decir? Eh, I would love to see like a girlfriend, a wife apologize at least once.
Well, let's see. I think I actually do that.
You do? Va a llover.
I'm an
Va a llover.
apologizer.
Really?
Yeah, like my husband's over there. Do I apologize? He says
He
yes.
got the thumbs up. He got the thumbs up.
I'm an apologizer. Like because like I told you, like I've done like the whole wellness route and then this is the stupidest thing because we're the Latinos that are trying to like be better communicators. So I'm like all emputada and I'm like, I don't want to cuss this fool out. But then inside I'm just like, I felt that when you left the chicken sitting out for 3 days, that it was a disrespect to me and the chicken.
I know, right? To the chicken, poor chicken. He gave his life up, and then you didn't even end up eating him,
Y se
right?
quedó ahí, you know, and I was like, so it doesn't just affect me, it affected the chicken.
The chicken had feelings.
The chicken is upset about giving up his life so that he could sit there and get thrown in the trash. And you don't respect me or chicken. Like we had this argument about how my husband doesn't respect wood.
What do you mean he doesn't respect wood?
So like, okay, you know, you have like a wooden coffee table, right?
Yeah.
You put a coaster on that shit.
Okay.
But he doesn't do that. He'll just put the wet, like, you know, because your cup gets like wet from the condensation of the ice.
Condensation.
And then like I'll come in thinking I'm all like la la, like, you know, cleaning my house and there's a big ring like embedded in my wood. And then it's just like, well, ¿quién fue? It wasn't the dog.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, and then he always says that to me. Well, it wasn't me, and I'm like, and I hear my mom, like every Guatemalan in my life, being like, "Pues fue mi culo," like you know, like, but I don't want to say that.
Fue mi
Like,
culo. Love it. I love it.
I don't want to say that. I'm trying to be better, so I have to take a deep breath because that, like, I already want to spit it out. You know, pues no fuiste tú, fue mi culo, but I'm like, no, no, we're not. And I was like, okay, well then, we are the only two that live in this house, and I'm pretty sure that the dog didn't go put ice in a cup with her paws and bring it back. So clearly, you don't respect wood.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Yeah. Me growing up, I never used the coaster. I use them now, right?
Good job,
Yeah.
good job. High five.
I was like, ¿para qué es esa chingadera?
Pues
Right?
para que, so you can respect the
Well,
wood.
you know what? But it's true, because I guess if you have like cheap furniture, not saying that you do, it bubbles up, right?
Mhm.
And then like I would go to like,
Like the IKEA.
yeah, I would go to my friend's house, right? And then they would always have like bubbled up furniture, right? They have the ring, because that for some reason they would always place it in
they don't respect the wood.
the same exact place, and I'm like, why does that happen? And then they explained it to me, and then I went to like my white people's houses, and I noticed using them coasters. Like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, it's for this, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that's where the fight ensues because I'm the nag because I have to constantly be walking around and like picking up his cup and throwing a coaster in there, and then I don't say anything, but I do give him the side eye.
Estoy enojada.
Yeah, just to let you know, ya me emputé.
Hey, why do women never know where they want to eat?
Because we want you to romance us with somewhere cool.
No, because it's like, ¿dónde quieres comer? Where do you want to go eat, right? And we give you 20 different options, and they never choose the right one.
But was it? There you go. They never choose the right one because it
For
was
them.
What you
For
wanted.
for them.
No jodas, güey.
No.
What you wanted.
No, look at me. I'm a fat motherfucker. I'll eat whatever you want. Like, trust me, I'm not picky. Like, look, the proof is in the pudding. Pero nunca sabe qué es lo que quiere comer.
Because I'm guilty of that. Like my husband will ask me like 20, 30 times and I'll just be like, I don't know. no, lo que sea. And then we get there and I'm like, es que no, yo no como esta. But like, it's because I want him to know me well enough to know what I want. Again, with the mind
Mind
reading.
reader.
With the mind reading. Because I like women at the end of the day, they want to be romanced. They want to feel like you catered enough to them to be like, she really likes this place. She's going to like the vibe. The food is good. And then it like involves no thinking for them because we're the ones cooking every day. So when you go out, you want to be catered to, and if you're making me pick, then you didn't cater.
So, fellas, this is how I handle that situation. No longer am I doing the que quieres comer. I'm not playing that game no more, right? I'm driving. I go, what do you want to eat? And she's all like, I don't know. And I said, great. I'm going to KFC. Oh, but I don't want KFC. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm going to go to KFC. I'm going to go to the window. I'm going to get what I want to get. And then you'll decide where you want me to go. And that's what you're going to get.
Spicy chicken sandwich. Oh, we're not going. We're not going. I was already thinking in my head what I was going to order.
But you know what? Try that trick, guys, because most often than not, once you pull up to where you want to eat, right? They're already there and they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to get something. And it's kind of, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But then she realizes, I don't want Kentucky Fried Chicken. I want Taco Bell. Or you know what? I don't want Taco Bell. I want a cheeseburger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, it's for anything, it's for you, right? You get what you want and then let her make up what she wants.
I haven't decided how I feel about that yet. Well, maybe I'll come back to that later.
No, trust me. This is
Does it work?
this implementation is for a guy, not for a woman.
All right,
so.
we want to hear on comments from ladies and men. Do you want him to romance you and figure out and mind read and figure out what you would want, or do you want to just pull up to the KFC?
Yeah, comment down below.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I a dumb?
And if you do go to KFC, bring me back a spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh man, well, what's up with those Popeye sandwiches, man? People are killing themselves for Popeye sandwiches.
Okay, it's KFC or Popeyes. Which one do you prefer?
Oh man, I can't do Popeyes.
Why
I get sick.
happens?
So I get the runs. So something about the oil, how they fry it.
That's messed up.
And people love it, and I'm like, well, I can't eat it.
Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It's true. I had the wings. Like, they send you coupons and they lure you in.
Yeah, that's how they get
And
you.
like we talked about, like I have fat girl heart inside. She won't die. She's always there. And like every now and then she's like, give me some of those wings. And I'm like, all right, I must comply. And so I go and I'm like, I haven't had wings in like years and I'm all like jazzed about it. And then I took a bite and it was all oil in my mouth. And I felt sick for like days. And I was just like, dang, I went to go commit the crime and it was not even worth it.
But a lot of people eat them, right? Like they
people
love it.
Popeyes.
Have you seen the Popeye fights on YouTube's?
No.
Yeah, sometimes
fighting over
sometimes I get bored and I need some entertainment
Mhm.
and I put fast food fights on and I just see people acting stupid over food and Popeye is like
Why
one of the biggest
is
offenders.
that? Like my first job was at In-N-Out when I was like 16 or something. And people like get so heated about food and you're just like burgers and fries, dude. Like, is it at like a level 10 like enrager kind of situation?
It's that serious.
Dang, people be getting hungry and angry, hangry.
You know what? I'm not in a position to be able to be acting stupid going to a fast food place because I'm fat. They're like, look at this fat motherfucker. Like, the last thing you got to be doing is be at this restaurant complaining that we messed up your order. I can't do it.
Well, I just don't think that I want to be like complaining when people are touching my food. You know?
Yeah, we don't even know what's already in it anyway, right?
Yeah. Like it's just like you're handling my carne, my queso, or whatever you're doing, and like you could easily blow a snot rocket in there, extra flavor.
Not rocket. Add some extra salt seasoning in there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like el que se cayó en el suelo. Like I mean, easily. How would I know? And then I'm over there like, ooh, flavor. Like I'm gonna be nice.
Flavor Flav.
Did you watch that show when it was on?
No, I didn't. I didn't have cable back at
That's an
that
extra
time.
expense we're not doing. You didn't even go to the bar and watch. That was everywhere when it was on.
I know. I saw like parts of it. I think he had like a castmate that her name was New York, and she was just like nasty, right? Like nasty, not in the way she looked, but like a nasty person. Like she had like a big attitude.
Yeah. She was I think that she was like probably one of the first reality TV villains like ever. And now it's like a thing. Everybody wants to be the villain, but I think she wears that crown because she was just like in it to win it. Like I used to watch that show like religiously. And she would just like not want to make friends with anybody. And she said it. She was like, I'm just gonna be mean to everyone. I don't care.
Because that's who she was.
I don't know. Yeah, probably, but like she had a funner spin on it than that, but she said it much better than I
Hey,
did.
well, she ended up getting her own show for a while, right?
Yeah, she had her own show, and I think her and I at one point, like, well, no, didn't have my agency. This is like a long time ago, but she was like with. I had a friend who was in the same agency as her, and I was like, she's still around. Like, all right, New York.
Oh, she's still doing her thing.
I think she's still out there.
People have a misconception just because you're not, they don't see you on TV, is that you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if they don't see you like constantly on the TV, that you're not working, but then you could just laugh your way to the bank and cash your check. So,
And there's like regional shows as well, right?
like theater, you mean?
No, I'm just like even like TV shows, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I found out about the show Suits,
Yeah.
right? And to me, it's like I never even know that that show even existed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I ever watched it, so like no comment. I just know Meghan Markle was on it.
Yeah, Meghan Markle's on it, right? My friends love it. Oh, you have to watch Suits, and I'm all like, oh, they're all like talking about it. Just I'm like, I have to see it, right? I'm on episode 8, and I'm kind of like over it already. I'm like,
Yeah, why?
it's the same thing. It's like, okay, there's a case, something, there's a problem, we figure it out, then they kind of screw each other over, and then in the end they figure it out, and then they ended up like screwing the other attorneys or the whatever.
Oh,
So it's kind of like that, like every show. I don't like shows where like the characters son bien pendejos, right? Like they get into like a situation where they figure out the problem, but then they're like, you know what? We figured out this problem. Let's go find another fucking mess. And it's
right?
like, dude, you figured it out, right?
Why do we have to keep like looking for more pedos cuando ya se aclaró?
Exactly. Take your fucking coke money and fucking leave, bro.
Yeah.
Like you didn't need to make that extra deal with this other
No.
pinchy guys from different parts of the world. It's
Yeah,
like,
cut it out. Like
yeah,
we're
just
done.
like I'm like, look, get your coke money, invest it into like some nice stocks, right? Get that passive
Mhm.
income, and then you're set. Just live off
Get
of that.
yourself a Disney stock.
Disney stock, that's right.
Move on, let it be. You're still gonna take me, right?
That's right. We have to go eat those churros.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that all the carts have different churros.
I didn't know that either.
My brother taught me that. And then like he took me and like he literally like we went to every single cart trying to taste all the churros until I threw up.
Yeah, I like churros, but I could just only have one. I can't.
It was
And,
like
and, and to tell you the truth,
toda
it's like I can't
tirada
even eat the whole churro because they're long,
because
right?
they're big, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like halfway through the churro, I'm like, fuck, I'm done. But
I
I
like
end up,
lost the sensation of
yeah,
my taste
I'm
buds.
done eating it. That's probably like the only time I ever taste cinnamon, like in
Yeah.
churros.
Yeah. Nah, cinnamon. I put cinnamon in stuff because did you know that it's actually really healthy for you to have cinnamon every day?
What are the benefits of cinnamon?
It's an anti-inflammatory, and it also it's high in antioxidants, so it has a lot of benefits. Like just sitting out in the sun, like all kinds of stuff. We get like these things called free radicals that attack our cell systems. I'm a closeted nerd. I don't know if you knew
Llégale.
that.
Our audience here wants to know.
And so essentially eating antioxidants will replace that. So it's like your molecules will replace that atom. And so like they like to be in threes. And so it replaces that so that they can live harmoniously. So it cures things like cancer, like what it helps like regulate, like and also like it keeps you young. There's just so many benefits to eating antioxidants.
And I bet people could. There's more interesting ways that people could use cinnamon, but they don't even realize it, right? It's always the assumption that it needs to be like on sweets, right? That's kind of like
Yeah, I mean, right now it's like, what is it, pumpkin spice season? So you could
that's right.
sprinkle it in your coffee. Like I do that every morning, like a tablespoon, se me salió la latinanes, a tablespoon of cinnamon in your coffee or whatever your drinks. Like it has like a lot of actual benefits to it.
Um, do you do the pumpkin spice lattes? Do you do that?
No, it's a little. I gave up sugar, as a part of like my whole weight loss, and so I don't because one pumpkin spice latte has 56 grams of sugar in it. So a gram of sugar, it's like if you know like the little cubes that you put in coffee or
Yeah.
tea, that's a gram. So
Okay.
imagine if you had 56 of them like lined up, and that's in one cup of coffee.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, the sugar, right?
That's one of the biggest things that are causing obesity, and like I would say one of the biggest killers in our society now is sugar.
Oh my God, you just hit on an amazing topic, man. Um, I do food reviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the food reviews I do are a lot different than what other people do. I do honest food reviews, and I'll go to a restaurant or whatever, right? And I'll give you my honest take, and then I do a rating system, right? Now with social media, there's so many different like everybody's a food reviewer now,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
everybody does the exact same a video on the exact same location, and it's always, oh, this place is good to eat,
Yeah.
and then they come up with some of these concoctions, and I'm thinking to myself, you're gonna give yourself diabetes.
I think that all the time. Like, have you seen these? Like, there are these hamburgers that you get, and the hamburgers are like already like gigantesco, right? It's like huge, and then they put like queso on it, like melted nacho
Yeah,
cheese, and they
yeah,
cover it.
too much.
And then I'm thinking, how could that even be good? Like, I mean, I'm a foodie. I love food. I'll eat different things, but like, how do you even eat that? Like, how do you pick it up and eat it?
Yeah, and then they open their mouth all big and they try to,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh man, it's gross.
Yeah, like I see people doing all kinds of stuff. Like I saw this chick go to like Chick-fil-A and she got the sandwich and then le puso mac and cheese, like the whole bucket of mac and cheese on there, and then waffle fries and all the sauces. And then I'm like, okay, you know what I would like to see? Like a calorie counter on the side. Like this is okay, the mac and cheese was like 400 calories, and then the burger itself is like 800, and then le echaste la salsa and that's like $100 per packet or 100 calories per packet, and then the waffle fries, and now we're like talking in one burger like 1,500 calories maybe.
It's too much, and they're not these food reviewers. They're not being honest with the people. It's like you're telling me that you go to an establishment and they give you five different dishes and you're eating all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you could possibly, like, when I used to do food reviews. Sometimes the restaurants would be like, "Oh, great!" They would see me coming and they're like, "Okay, well, you know what? Let me give you one of everything."
Oh wow.
And then I was like, okay, cool. And then like I would eat like two tacos, and then I'm like, okay, I'm already getting full. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
but now you have to do the burrito. Wait, now you have to do the quesadilla. Wait, now you have, and I'll be like, I can't fucking eat anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of these foodies, what they'll do is they'll take one bite or whatever of the food, and then they're like, okay, done with that. And then there's no way you could eat
Right.
all
It's a
four things.
waste.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
waste. And then they're like, oh, I'm just gonna make up a name, right? 'Cause, whatever, right? I'll say like, I'm just gonna make up a really stupid name so nobody gets offended. Oh, my name is Lucrecia, and today we're at,
That's my tia's name. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
and,
kidding.
and today we're at I don't know, fantastic burgers or whatever, right?
Hmm.
Hopefully, there's not a restaurant named that, but
It's right
what?
there. I
Oh, oh,
mean,
oh
I'm
shit!
just
Well,
kidding.
whatever, right? And they're all there like eating all this food, right? And then I get like people that tell me, hey, you're a food reviewer, have you ever ate at this spot? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then they complain to me about other food reviewers. Like, oh, why are you complaining to me about other food reviewers?
I know that guy. I'm gonna see him on Tuesday.
It's like, yes, I know some food reviewers, right? But if you
Mhm.
have a problem with the way they do reviews, I'm like, I mean, like, I guess talk to them. I don't know,
Right.
because it's like they're the one that suggested you go to that restaurant. But why are you talking to me about them? Like, it doesn't make
Yeah. What do
sense.
I? I'm just some guy trying to have some tacos over here. Fantastic burgers.
Yeah, my thing is taco related,
Ooh.
right? So it's like, to me, I'm on the mission to try to find the best tacos.
How do you rate it? Like, how do you rate your taco?
It's a 1 through 5.
Okay. So, what makes a number five taco? Five is the best.
5 is the best,
Okay.
but it's very hard to get a 5 because there's always something, there. It's
La pancracia no hizo la tortilla bien.
yeah, exactly, right. It has to be like immaculate, right? It's like you want it to be greasy, but not too greasy,
Hmm.
right? Sometimes like it's too fattening. Sometimes they don't have like a garnish correctly or whatever. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to get a 5, right? Um, but there's many different types of tacos, right? There's like street tacos, right, which are my favorite. There's regular tacos, gourmet tacos, and then all these different concoctions that people make. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Like, I think for a while, a lot of people were doing Cheetos tacos. Have you ever
Is
heard of
that
that?
when they crunch up the dust and they throw it on top?
Yeah,
Should I try that? Is it worth it?
I mean, it's cool, to try, but it's definitely not a taco that it's gonna be like that it's gonna become like a huge thing. Like, it's a fad, and that's kind of like why I kind of like try to tell like the people like, hey, pay attention to the people you follow because it's like
Mhm.
they're taking you down the wrong path, right? And then going back to like the diabetes because I think that's how this got to where we're at right now. The conversation, it's I'll see like someone is like, oh, today again, Lucrecia, right? Today we're gonna go eat a cono, right? And they'll get a cone, right? And then they'll have like 3 scoops of ice creams. Then they'll fry it. Then they'll put chocolate. Then they'll put
Yeah.
sprinkles. And then they'll just like add all this fucking sugar. Yeah,
Unnecessary stuff, yeah.
yeah. And then we're gonna put like after it has all these things, right? The sprinkles, the chocolate, the ice cream. Then they put like what's that? Oreos on it,
Mhm.
and then Skittles. I'm like, how much sugar are we gonna put on this motherfucker, right?
Yeah. I mean, whenever I see that, I always just think like that's a diabetes in a cup, like
Yeah, for
hands
sure,
down.
for sure. But what pisses me off is first of all that's a stupid concoction that you made up, right? Because it's like let's be realistic. No one's gonna like
That's
eat
so
that.
stupid.
And then you want to charge me $20 for a fucking ice cream cone, right?
You want to charge me $20 to get diabetes? Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then fuck you to the food reviewer who's making that fucking video, man.
making it look good. Yeah,
Yeah, when you know it's a piece of crap.
exactly. Most of the time, I always think that I'm like, that can't be good, but whatever. I guess people are clicking on it.
That's not the kind of reviews that we do on my channel. I don't do
Yeah,
that crap.
that's awesome. So, like, what's been your best taco find? Like, your most like, I love this restaurant. You have to try it.
Well, that's another thing that I don't think I'll ever fulfill the mission of finding the best taco. And that's cool because I'm still going on this journey, right? What tends to happen sometimes is you find a really great spot, right? But life is always ever changing and things change. Life happens, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes once somebody's been having doing tacos for like 10, 15, 20 years, right? When people stop putting that love into that restaurant, it diminishes the quality
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it's
So it's kind of
true.
like, it was good at one point, but then they sold the restaurant to somebody else, or
Yeah.
or my tío Juan used to be the cocinero, and he used to love it, and then he don't he
Se
he got
fue.
into a
Yeah.
fight with my tia, and so
Yeah, she found out about the other lady. Se fue. He don't make no tacos anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. So it's like sometimes your favorite spot is no longer your favorite
it
spot.
just it diminishes. It's usually there's just a diminishing, but it's very rarely that it's not so good and then it gets really good.
I
It's kind of the way it works.
Yeah, I felt like that about. Have you ever been to Tito's Tacos in Culver City?
You know what? Yes, I have, but go ahead, tell me.
Like, I just feel like I grew up with that place. Like, my dad used to take us there all the time, and I loved it. And then the last time I went there, I was like, nah. Like, and it was super expensive. It was like $8 for like a taco and like the side of chips or something. And I was just like, this is just too much. Like, and it wasn't even like that what I remembered it being.
Great, great. I love the honesty. The first time I had Tito's tacos, I was like 23 years old, so I didn't get to eat Tito's taco when I was a kid. But I would always see the commercials, right? Da,
They had
da, da, da,
commercials?
da, da. Yeah.
I didn't know they had
Oh
commercials.
yeah, like at 2 o'clock in the morning, like when I would be getting home from the bar.
Uh-huh.
I can't see for shit. But something Tito's taco. The best thing about Tito's taco is have to or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very catchy fucking jingle, right? So then I went. I finally had Tito's tacos. They had like fucking 40 people outside. I was like,
There's
damn.
always a wait.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. This place must be fucking legendary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I had it, and I was like, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, and even back then, this was like fucking 15 years ago, right? Um, I would have rated them. I would if I were to rate them, I would rate them a two.
When I was little, I would have rated them like a 10 plus plus plus. Like that was like my jam. And now when I went, I was just like, I stood in line. I paid you like, half of my rent, like money, and then you gave me like this taco, and it was like, mm,
But that's the thing. People follow these other people because they rave about it, and that's
mm-hmm,
why people go, right?
mm-hmm.
And the reality is that it's not that great, you know.
Yeah, like I was bummed out. I was like, oh, there goes my childhood taco memories.
Oh man, if we could put those memories in a cup or a jar and just hold on to them forever,
Like
pero
if it could just be in a taco, that would be good. If you could just eat the taco that you remembered.
I think for me it started with my pops. The original Mr. Tacos and Workouts, man. He was a little guy, but he used to love tacos, right?
He's the
He,
original taco connoisseur.
yeah, he I got it from him, and he used to like go to all the different loncheras and try these spots out. And then he used to surprise me, hey, we're gonna go have these tacos and we try them out. He goes, what do you think, right?
So it's like a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's have you ever had Cecil's tacos at Cecil's?
I have. Like they're very flavorful but mushy, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah, they're like yellowish and stuff like that. I half of the stuff that I would eat in tacos, I had no idea what the hell they were until like now, and I'm like, Dad, you had me eating cow brain. Like, what the hell, Dad?
Yeah, like one that I can't eat is lengua. Like I'm not a fan. No me gusta la lengua. Like yeah, like it's just like I don't know the like it's soft. I like the texture,
Yeah,
but then like the flavor is kind of like something's off. Like
yeah, it's like gummy, like chicloso, like yeah, baboso kind of,
chicloso.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
It's yeah. That's that. I think that has to be like my least favorite of all the tacos,
yeah,
lengua.
lengua. Like I'm not a fan of lengua, and I'm not a fan of like what is it, al pastor?
What?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Don't hate me. Don't hate me, YouTube. Sorry. Don't hate me. Like I don't
Hey,
know.
no, you could do whatever you want, man. That's cool.
I
But
don't understand la piña.
I'm just surprised because that's not common that people don't like el pastor.
I guess I'm boring. I like carne asada and I like carnitas. And I have never found a chicken taco that I like.
Really?
Yeah. Do you like chicken tacos?
You know what? They're okay, but I hardly
Right?
ever eat
See?
them. Yeah, it's like nah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to eat
Um,
no chicken
yeah,
taco.
exactly. Yeah, same thing. I'm not gonna go out of my way to eat a chicken
Yeah.
taco.
I mean, si está allí and like, somebody's like, abuelita me lo ofreció, like I'll eat it and be grateful, but I'm not gonna be all driving like an hour to go get one and shit.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I was gonna ask you another thing, in regards to the battle of the sexes, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you could answer me this question. Why every time estamos en el baño? Hey, what are you doing in there?
Because it's been like an hour, fool.
What's the deal with that? I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm baking cookies.
Because you're in there with like the switch, having it all. Meanwhile, I'm over here cooking and cleaning and like putting in the bag of the trash can that you left out and all that. And so I just want to know if you're gonna come back and like finish the job.
What do women think we're doing in there?
Avoiding us.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, ni cagar los dejan estas cabronas, chingada madre. It's like, fuck, I finally like
Okay,
spend.
message to all men. Si hubieras hecho el trabajo bien, entonces no te vamos a tocar. But since you didn't put that bag in that trash can, now I'm gonna come be the nag. And again, you put me in the nag position.
And then I hurry up, come outside, come outside. And then you're right there, pinche limpiándote el pinche culo.
Límpiate bien.
And exactly right. And that's why you leave fucking your skitty mark fucking underwear. And then you come out and you go, what do you want? Oh, nothing. Here, sit down, watch pinche Tengo Talento with me. I'm like, oh my God, this is why you
Caso
didn't.
cerrado.
I'm like, yeah, exactly right. I'm like, this is what you wanted. I'm like,
Yeah, because it's like this is my okay, I finally finished washing the dishes and I'm waiting around and this is time we could be doing like having quality time and you're in there playing Switch, avoiding me. And you're making me the nag again. Y sabes que? I'm cute and people want me. And if you don't want me, then I'm gonna go. Pues me voy. And that's how I feel about it. Other questions?
people want me. And then there's another thing. Se encabronan when we don't wash the dishes, but when we wash the dishes, they say, ay, déjalos, I'll just wash them. What's up with that?
Because we asked you already. And then you're making us the nag again. No hace caso el güey.
No, es que no saben lo que quieren. Mira,
No, he's making me nag him here. See, look at, girl, I relate to you and I understand you.
pa que
Ya le
vean,
dije, ya se
pa
lo
que
dije.
vean. No se casen, cabrones, no se casen.
Hey, I am an apologizer, and next month will successfully be married for 10 years, and nobody got arrested or cut or went to jail. I'm onto something
I'll
here.
give you that. You apologize. I don't even get an apology.
And it's not even an apology with a but. It's like an actual like I could see how you felt that way. I understand. I'm sorry.
It's to me. It's like, you know, oh, I'm sorry. I took all your money and I spent it on purses. But if you didn't want me to like take your money, you shouldn't left your wallet out. I'm like, oh fuck, that's my fault.
That's some Peg Bundy shit right there. Like while you're sleeping, like
Oh, big time.
dang. You know what, Sabes que I've never done that. In 10 years, I need to get... Ladies, tell me your best wallet stealing tricks because I've never had that. Hacks, everything. Do they put fake credit cards back in there? Old ones?
No, they should take the dollar bills, man.
I'm learning. I'm out of that loop.
Well, look, if look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give one to you, ladies, because I think I've been bashing you guys a little bit too much in this episode. So you if you are gonna steal from your husband,
Hater food.
What?
He's a hater.
No, that's my co-host. I'm Jr. But
No, we know.
that guy stayed home today. Ladies, if you are gonna steal from your husband, just do it $20 at a time. Just skim a little off the top so you won't notice.
Like she's the mob, like the guy that runs the mob.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little at a time.
Just a little at a time. Take 20 off the top, and then once you get how much our purse is now? 100,000.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay, like let's talk for real. Like, are we getting a Shein bag, or are we going like high end?
I don't even know what a Shein bag is.
It's like a irresponsibly sourced clothing company that sells things for really cheap. I've heard, allegedly.
All right.
Don't sue me, Shein. But apparently they sell things very at affordable rates. So you can get a purse there for like $10, or are we talking like a bag forever?
I think like a forever bag, like what like is 100. Yeah, I mean you're skimming off the top, right?
Okay.
So it's like I'm buying without knowing that I'm buying, right?
I mean, I'm gonna say like in the 500 realm.
Damn, really?
I mean, I'm not saying that I personally like estoy ahí chacheando with like 10, 30 of them, but I mean, sometimes things are nice. Like, a lady does need things.
All right, guys. So look, check this out, man. If you happen to piss up your wife or your girlfriend,
that's another story. You didn't say that she was pissed.
Well, I'm changing the scenario.
No, because look, 500 is opening the gate. Like,
Ooh,
to
forget
a high-end
about
bag.
it. Forget about
We
it.
didn't talk about you were sorry. That's a whole nother. Well, if you're sorry, then
Hey, look, I'm not Kobe Bryant, man. I'm not gonna give what was it, like the 30 million ring, or what was it?
Why not?
So I don't got it. Some brokes.
Well, I mean, don't review tacos this week.
Then don't do the crime, pendejo, right?
Right? Then put the bag in the trash.
The bag in the trash, okay.
When you go home, ¿qué vas a hacer?
All right, put the bag in the trash,
¿Y
right?
qué más?
Well, I already forgot. Wash the dishes, right?
Are you gonna respect the wood?
Respect the wood.
All
All
right.
right, there you go. Now
That's your first three.
now we have an understanding of what needs to be done. Look, look, we're running out of time here. And I just want to thank you for taking your time and coming to the best podcast in Long Beach, California.
Thank you so much
much
for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, and anytime you want to come back, and anytime you need us for whatever things, just reach out, and we'll be more than happy to help you out here.
Qué romántico.
All right. Any last words you want to say to our guests there? Or, maybe drop your Instagram, tell them where they could follow you and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely follow me at Connie Marie Flores on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all social media platforms. Connie Marie Flores.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time.